Coming up in tonight's bulletin, the Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs today marked International Children's Day in Honiara. Honiara marks Remembrance Day to honor fallen servicemen and women, and the Noro Fisheries Complex was officially opened and handed over by Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele in Western Province. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Cheryl Berra. The Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs today joined the global community in celebrating International Children's Day in Honiara, reaffirming the government's commitment to protecting and promoting the rights of every child. Sharon Anau reports.
The Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs and its stakeholders today marked International Children's Day here in Honiara at the Multi-Purpose Hall. This year's event is celebrated under the theme Listen to the Future, for every Pikinini, every right. Delivering the keynote address, Honorable Kati Nori highlighted the significance of International Children's Day.
The theme for this year, listen to the future, for every child, for every right. That theme carries a very powerful message. It reminds us that children are God's properties and gifts from the Lord, as pronounced by King David in Psalms 127, verse 3. And I quote, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward." So, me appeal again, lo yumi o the parents and every citizens of Solomon Islands, children should be the heart of our families and communities. And more importantly, the future of our nation. Therefore, we should listen and respond with love, with care, to their needs, voices, and dreams.
Honorable Nori says the government has always placed children's rights as a priority. She says this can be seen on the ongoing sectoral initiatives in health, education, justice, policy and social welfare to improve children's access to essential services and opportunities.
Our GNAT government, together with our partners, has worked to strengthen the legal, policy and institutional framework to uphold the rights and well-being of all children. And some notable achievements include the Child and Family Welfare Act 2017, which provides legal protection and mechanisms for addressing child abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Also, the Family Protection Act 2014, which safeguards children and families from domestic violence. The National Children's Policy 2023 to 2028 and its action plan, which serve as our national roadmap for promoting and protecting children's rights. Ongoing sectoral initiatives in health, education, justice, policing, and social welfare to improve children's access to essential services and opportunities.
The children's population in the Solomon Islands from 0 to 14 years of age make up 31% of the Solomon Islands population. This makes the country having a youthful population. Sharon Nanal for SIBC TV.
Still on the International Children's Day celebration, schools in Gizo also came out to mark the day. Cletus Jr. Peter reports.
Children, teachers and parents gathered in Gizo Town today to celebrate Children's Day 2025 under the theme Safe Environment, Happy Children, Bright Future. The celebration began with a lively march that brought together students from 4 of Gizo's early childhood education schools: St. Luke's Kindergarten, Gizo Wesley United Church Kindergarten, Gizo SDA Kindergarten, and St. Peter's Kindergarten, along with students from Gizo Primary School and Gizo Community High School. The march started from PT 109, making its way through Gizo Town in a parade of bright colors before concluding at the Gizo Primary School Hall, where the young participants enjoyed light refreshments and a short program. Following the morning's gathering, the ECE schools continued their planned activities at the St. Peter's Parish Hall, while students from Gizo Community High School and Gizo Primary School carried on with their programs back at the Gizo Primary School Hall. The event highlighted the importance of creating safe and nurturing environments where children can learn, grow and thrive. Cletus Jr. Peter reporting for SIBC TV, Gizo, Western Province.
The British High Commission in Honiara today led a solemn Remembrance Day service at the cenotaph in the Central Police Station grounds, honouring servicemen and women who lost their lives in war and conflict. The Remembrance Day is also known as Poppy Day. Andrea Mahanua reports.
We wear our red poppies not just as a symbol of remembrance, but as a promise that we will not forget.
Silence fell over the cenotaph in the Central Police Station grounds this morning as dozens gathered to honour servicemen and women who lost their lives during war and conflict. The Remembrance Day was hosted by the British High Commission in Honiara, bringing together government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, military personnel from Fiji, Australia and New Zealand, the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force, Solomon Islands Scouts, Salvation Army and the St. John Ambulance Service.
It is true that in Britain we focus a lot on the war in Europe and the horrors that unfolded there. Be that on the muddy fields of Belgium and northern France, or in World War I, or the industrial scale killing that happened across the continent of Europe in World War II. But the battle in the Pacific is also not forgotten. The poppy is for all our servicemen and women who died serving their countries, whether that was at sea in the Pacific or fighting in the Mediterranean, on the beaches of northern France or in the jungles of Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands. We remember the soldiers who never came home, the families who waited but never saw their loved ones again, the communities that were forever changed and devastated. We remember those who returned carrying the invisible wounds of war that blighted their lives forever. And most of all, we remember the peace that was won and the cost that it came with it.
He highlighted that the occasion calls on everyone to reflect on the sufferings caused by conflict.
But remembrance is not only about the past, it's about the present and the future. Today we honour those who serve in our armed forces, in peacekeeping missions, humanitarian aid missions, and the defence of freedom. Their courage and commitment upheld the values we cherish. So Remembrance Day is a call to live our lives with compassion and to stand against injustice and aggression. And today, perhaps this message is more pertinent than ever. In a world where the doctrine of might is right gains more and more currency at alarming rates, where malign powers seek to undermine the international order, where the UN and other multilateral institutions are probably at their weakest since their foundation after 1945, we should remind ourselves of the battles our forefathers and the horrors they saw and endured in defeating fascism.
Wreaths were laid in a moving tribute of gratitude and remembrance for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Originally known as Armistice Day, the occasion was renamed Remembrance Day to honour not only those who fell in the 2 world wars, but also those who have since lost their lives in conflicts around the world. Andrea Mahanwa for SIBC TV.
Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele yesterday officially opened and handed over the new Noro Fisheries Complex in Western Province, a major development aimed at strengthening the country's fisheries monitoring and enforcement efforts. Andrea Ma'ahanua reports.
The Noro Fisheries Complex was officially opened and handed over yesterday by Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele in Western Province. The complex will provide a central base for monitoring fishing activities, enforcing national and international laws, and addressing illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing.
This initiative is firmly aligned with our national fisheries vision, a sustainable fisheries sector that contributes to the socio-economic needs of all Solomon Islanders. This vision stands as the cornerstone of our fisheries development strategy, and it underpins our belief that true sustainability requires both responsible management and effective enforcement of our laws. The protection and preservation of our marine resources are vital for our nation's future.
Noro is home to the country's sole tuna cannery and the major employer in the fisheries industry. The new complex houses a new electronic fish accounting system developed by the Ministry of Fisheries and the Ministry of Finance's ICT division to boost transparency and traceability in fisheries management.
These achievements would not have been possible without the continued support and confidence of our development partners. On behalf of the government and people of Solomon Islands, I wish to thank the World Bank for its partnership and trust in the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. Your investment of SBD 17 million in constructing and equipping the Noro MCS building demonstrates your confidence in our national institutions and your shared commitment to protecting our sovereign rights of our fisheries resources. This facility stands as a testament to what can be achieved when international partnership meets national determination.
Andrea Ma'ahanua for SIBC TV.
Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele officially handed over the new Noro Data Center in Western Province, marking a significant step forward in the government's push for digital transformation and national development. Alex Dadamu reports.
Among other handing over ceremony yesterday, Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele also officially handed over Noro Data Center in Western Province, marking a major milestone in digital resilience and national development. Prime Minister Manele highlighted that the data center is a key component of the government's digital transformation agenda and national ICT policy.
The Noro Data Center marks another transformative step forward, this time in the digital space. It supports the government's digital transformation agenda and national ICT policy, which aim to modernize public service delivery, improve access to government services, and bridge the digital divide across our islands. Our digital vision is clear, and that is empowering Solomon Islands with inclusive, resilient, and innovative digital infrastructure that drives economic growth, enhances social well-being, and ensures equitable access to digital opportunities for all citizens. The establishment of this data center embodies that vision. It is a cornerstone in our effort to build a digital future that serves every Solomon Islander, no matter where they live.
Prime Minister Manele adds that the data center is one of the country's national assets of strategic importance.
We are not only enhancing our digital systems, but also strengthening our cyber security, data protection, and digital sovereignty. Both of these facilities, the Noro MCS building and the Noro Data Center, are national assets of great significance. They go beyond their immediate functions to support broader national objectives of good governance, sustainable development, and resilience.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
And now the latest in sports.
Eastern Kings, Island Brothers, Kosa FC and Moi FC have advanced to the semi-finals of the Solomon Islands Football Federation Beach Soccer Challenge after winning their quarter-final matches yesterday at the SIF Academy in East Honiara. Eastern Kings defeated Honiara City by 5-1 to secure their spot, while Island Brothers defeated White Covara 6-1. Kosa FC won against Gufo FC with a big score of 14-5, and Moi FC defeated Honiara Titans by 6-4. Island Brothers head coach Abraham Misitom told SIBC Sports that his boys did not take their quarterfinal match lightly, knowing they were now in the knockout stage of the competition. Meanwhile, the semi-finals is now set for tomorrow at 1 p.m. with Eastern Kings facing Kosa FC, while Island Brothers will take on Moi FC at 2 p.m. Crofton Utukana, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.